one, just one. I just need this one. Trust me. The left hook.
I only need one too.
Okay.
Forget that too.
That's fine. All right, then we both got it. We both got it.
Like, come on, bro.
I can't hear you.
I've heard you say that you don't like to bring your family to fights that you feel like are going to be a war. Do you feel like this is a fight that you'll bring your family to?
Nah. I don't think so. Nah, I won't bring them there.
Why? Do you feel like it's going to be a war?
I think it's more so leave the kids and the woman home.
Yeah.
For sure.
And let the men handle business?
Yeah. Even my mom's, you gotta stay home.
Really?
But my mom is she's tough. But nah.
See, mom's being at the fight is a mainstay. You know what I mean? Like, we've seen her at the fights, we've seen her talking to you, and you're like, Mom, what's up? You know, and then get back. But even this one, no mom dues.
Nah, it can get ugly.
This is strictly business.
On both sides. This is a 50-50 fight.
The atmosphere was charged, the tension heavier than a championship belt. Boxing's two biggest young stars, Gervonta Tank Davis and Terence Bud Crawford, finally went head-to-head in a live interview that won't be forgotten anytime soon. After years of quiet rivalry, the friction between Tank and Bud erupted into a full-blown confrontation. By the end of the interview, both fighters agreed to settle their dispute in the ring, officially setting the stage for what could become the most anticipated fight of the decade.
He would never even think about to come up to 154.
What about 47 though?
Yes, if he get to pick his opponent. But Tank would never come from 35 to 54.
Y'all got into it on social media around that time. Is that just you being competitive, like when that happens? Or is it like...
I just really don't like that dude.
Why though?
Cause I just don't like him. Like, I really don't like him. That's like,
just not your cup of tea. That's just not your...
I don't like nothing about him. I just felt like, he just one of these little arrogant little dudes that's using what he got to shield him. He got a lot of security guards around him, and he's in the limelight and stuff like that. But in certain situations, he wouldn't be acting like that.
Do you like him as a fighter though?
Yeah, he's a damn good fighter.
Yeah.
But like his core personality and his ways, nah.
Flashing lights, a roaring crowd, and a moderator quietly losing control set the stage as Bud jumped in without hesitation, throwing sharp shade. He immediately targeted Tank's last fight with Lamont Roach, dissecting that suspicious 9th-round knee like he was analyzing a crime scene.
The moment to kind of wrap your brain around that and make, Kavaliauskas comes forward, and Bud Crawford was hurt.
Bud wasn't just taking shots, he was calling out the entire officiating fiasco that had fans wondering whether Tank's untouchable aura was finally starting to slip. Tank didn't budge, matching Bud's energy and answering every jab with an icy stare. But the real twist? He never actually denied anything, not once. And by the time things settled, it was clear this rivalry wasn't going to be resolved with words alone.
If we was to fight right now on the streets, I'll break your fucking neck. And that's on my kids. And you know it, I know it, and the whole world know it. And I'm not talking about no fighting in the ring. If me and you was to fight outside, I will break your neck.
And now it's set in stone, no tune-ups. No, we'll see. Tank and Bud have signed on with a full rematch clause, and they're taking it to Vegas this fall. 12 rounds, legacy at stake, pound-for-pound supremacy on the line. This isn't just another matchup, it's the moment. But to understand how we got here, let's rewind. The tension between Terence Crawford and Gervonta Davis has been simmering for months. Tank had been firing subliminal shots for months, claiming he could move up and take out anyone, even the top names, at 147. And when fans started pressing him about Crawford, he didn't back off. If anything, he leaned straight into the smoke.
47. How does a fight with you and Terence Crawford look?
147? I tapped that chin. You know he going to sleep.
I already know. I already know he is.
Got no chin.
I already know he is.
Said no chin.
I got round 5.
You got round 6.
Crawford, being who he is, wasn't about to let it slide. The moment Tank's name surfaced in interviews, he made it clear to everyone that Tank hadn't faced anyone remotely on his level, not even in the same universe. That was the spark that started it all.
How you feel about that fight? Is it even possible at a catch weight?
Nah, ain't no catch weight. You come up to 47.
Not even entertaining a catch weight.
No, I'm not.
He's a champ though too, undefeated.
And what champ? Come on, man. Tell me what belt. You know boxing? You forgot Devin Haney is undisputed. Devin Haney got all the belts. He the champ. Nobody else the champ. I'm gonna come up here where the big boys at.
All right,
I'll welcome him.
Then came the infamous Ring Magazine Gala. Tank wasn't even invited, while Crawford was front and center. And when reporters asked Bud about Tank's absence, he didn't bite his tongue. That's the moment the subtle jabs turned into full-blown haymakers. Crawford took it personally. For the longest time, when people asked, "Would you ever fight Tank?" he always seemed nonchalant, almost indifferent. After all, he's Terence Crawford, the #1 pound-for-pound fighter in the world with nothing left to prove.
Gervonta Davis speaking about you. Is that ever a possible fight?
Yeah, if he want to dare to be great, he can be like all the other fighters that moving up 2 weight classes, and, daring to be great.
You would fight him.
Man, tell him to come up there.
He got to come to win 54.
He said I got a glass chin, so tell him to come and touch it.
Wow. Gervonta said you got a glass.
He said I got a glass chin. Tell him to come and touch it.
At 147?
At 147. I'll make 147
Ooh, see, oh, man.
You're going to have a pre-cap.
Then what the people going to say? Oh, he's beating up on little guys.
But now, it's no longer about proving anything. This fight is personal. It's about putting Gervonta "Tank" Davis in his place.
Bro, when people, what I got from that is he's a hater. You don't know me as a person. Let's say you don't like me. You don't know me. You feel me? And I don't give a fuck. If everybody including win. Fuck.
Question for you. You're a proud father.
Behind the scenes, talk started heating up for a potential Bud versus Tank super fight, the biggest crossover event since Floyd versus McGregor. And now, it's happening. Floyd Mayweather is lurking in the shadows like a plot twist, quietly backing Bud Crawford and staking his own legacy just to watch Tank take his first loss.
There was some kind of crazy trash talk with Gervonta and Terence Crawford recently. And one of the things that I've always kind of noticed is most of the time.
And let's be real, Floyd knows Tank better than anyone. He molded him, trained him, and guided him through the sweet science like a father figure.
Tank Davis, he was a young kid, came up to me when he was a kid, wanted an autograph. I signed his phone for him and told him, "You'll be world champion someday, and I'll be your promoter." Years later, he was working with some people from our team because our team is huge. We got guys in DC, Baltimore, Philly, New York, all around. He won a few fights. I think he was like 8 or 9-0. I told him, in under 24 months, you'll be world champion. Made the right moves, put him in the right position. He's a multi-millionaire now.
Absolutely.
He was a kid that couldn't even buy a bus ticket. Now he's a multi-millionaire.
But behind closed doors, things were toxic. Tank resented how Floyd constantly stole the spotlight.
Like, I gotta do that.
A lot of people don't know that what Floyd do. He said.
So you feel like it was a sub? Like he was subbing you? Like
he was going at me. He was going at me, and I knew for sure he was going at me. That's why I went at him. There's no reason for me to go at Floyd.
Yeah, that's what I was thinking. Cause I feel like y'all got, I would say love and hate, but it's been like the last interview you showed them love. This week it was whatever. But is that sometimes like, is it just like big bro, little bro seeing things different, or what is it to you?
No, Floyd don't never. He felt as though I'm at that point where as though I passed him. And I'm doing it at a young age. Like when Floyd was 29, you'll see, bro.
Yeah.
That deal that I'm talking about.
Yeah. Oh, that's a part of it.
He don't know about that yet. But that's bigger than his deal.
Damn. Wow.
And I'm just releasing it.
Exclusive. That's exclusive. Bigger than Floyd deal?
Yeah.
Tank, don't cap, nigga. That's a lot of bread.
Floyd, meanwhile, couldn't stand how Tank kept landing in trouble and tarnishing the brand's image.
I remember first hearing an issue between Floyd and Gervonta before Gervonta fought Pedraza. And the issue I heard was that Floyd didn't want Gervonta to stay in Baltimore because he felt there was too many distractions for him in Baltimore, and he wanted to stay in Vegas. And the story I was told at that time was that Floyd gave Gervonta one of his penthouses or one of his apartments in the Palms Hotel, and he said, "This is your apartment. I'll furnish it for you." He got him a Jeep. At the time, Gervonta was not a world champion. He got him like a Jeep, a 4x4. You know, he basically said, "I'll make it comfortable for you. I don't want you to go to Baltimore. I want you to stay here. I don't think Baltimore is the place for you," you know? And what I was told was Gervonta sold all the furniture, sold the Jeep, and went back to Baltimore and bought a Benz. You know, with that's what I was real. That's what I was told at the time. So,
fights over contracts, money, and control pushed things to the breaking point, with Tank even announcing he was leaving Mayweather Promotions. Now, with Calvin Ford officially out of Tank's corner, Floyd backing Bud hits differently. It's a clash of V1 Energy Floyd's elite ring IQ and insider knowledge versus Tank, trying to reconnect with the old school savage that made him a star.
Still, none of these guys can mess with me. Nobody. I feel like my skills is way better than like Floyd. Like if I'm on my game. I take that back. Right hand. But skill-wise, nobody on TV that's fighting right now have more skills than me. Nobody.
And after what went down in the Roach fight, that edge could be everything. Tank looked off, like really off. The Knockout King seemed hesitant, his signature swagger feeling forced. And when that 9th round knee landed, panic and fatigue showed a side of Tank fans weren't used to seeing.
What's going through your mind when you heard the decision?
Nobody like a draw, you know, from a guy that get knockouts and things like that, but it's cool. I feel like if we fight again, I could do more, and I should have did more. I was lost in the I lost track in the rounds. That's why we need what is it called? Yeah, man. I didn't know what round it was. Facts.
Tank, Eric Blum from DailyMail.com. First off, your coach just said, can you confirm, did you get your hair done 2 days before the fight?
Yeah. I ran water over it today, but I must ain't do it enough.
Can you describe what the feeling was like in the ring? And was it to get the towel out, to get the burn out of your eyes, or what was going on? And
I didn't want to get caught. I didn't want to get caught while my eyes was burning, and you know, like you can get knocked out like that. So I'd rather take the knee than, you know. But I didn't really know that you can like get disqualified for all that, or like when you start counting, I'm like, what the hell? But I don't know. It's cool.
Do you want that rematch next? And if so, how likely it is that we're to see that fight happen again this year?
I'm not sure, bro. I'm definitely not sure, but hopefully we could get it before. Nah, it probably won't be this year.
Is that the one you want next?
It's definitely the one I want next, but it's not gonna be next.
What is?
You might see it in a minute. Definitely might see it in a minute.
Roach completely took over the later rounds. And if we're being honest, the draw felt more like a delay tactic than a fair decision.
Clearly in there, man. I thought I won. I thought I did enough to get the victory over a spectacular fighter. I told y'all from the beginning, man, that I got the skills to pay the bills. I've been telling y'all that. And I'm just glad I got to show it, honestly. I'm glad I got to show it. I appreciate, like I said before, I appreciate True Boxing Media. Some guys that didn't count me out. So that's just how I feel, man. I think I won. And I can't wait to do it again. I can't wait to dance again.
While Tank tried to shrug it off as just a bad night, Crawford made it crystal clear he sees the cracks and he's coming to exploit them. For Tank, it comes down to one thing: redemption. This is his chance to silence the doubters, shake off the ring rust, and remind the world why he was once one of boxing's most feared names.
Tank Davis.
Bad dude. See, what I like about Tank is Tank brings something different. You know, back in the days, everybody had something. Muhammad Ali was a mover boxer, George was a puncher, Ernest Shavers was a puncher. Everybody had something they brought to the table. Larry Holmes had a jab. Mike Weaver had overhand right. You know what I'm saying? Everybody has something. That division now is full, and Tank having to be the knockout guy of the division. He the one with the main knockout power. Garcia has it too, but Tank got that real knockout power that, like, if Tank hit one of them clean, usually they gonna have a problem. So it's like, I like Tank. Every now and then, I think when he knows he can beat somebody, he probably don't lock in as hard, but I think when they bring challenges, he locks in.
Yeah, he fights to the level of competition. He was doing that a lot.
And he gotta be careful of that.
2 fights ago, he was really doing that.
You feel me? So you gotta be careful of that, because if you come in and think somebody is not at your level and you underestimate them, it can get you beat. So that's the only thing I think you gotta be careful of. Other than that, Tank is a really good fighter.
This isn't just a comeback, it's a career-defining crossroads. A loss here wouldn't just be a defeat. It would damage his legacy, dry up the big money fights, and erode the mystique that once surrounded him.
Has there ever been a knockout artist that has conducted themselves so poorly? Because, like, in terms of not wanting to, like, he's moving like he shook of some of these fights. He's scared to lose in his home crowd, doesn't want to lose in front of his people then. But these are his words. Tank himself has said he's afraid to lose, he's this and that. We see people start to cherry pick and start to be a bit nervous, normally when they're coming towards the tail end of their career, etc., etc., etc. And normally when they're more boxers. So it's like, every fight is a long day at the office. For a knockout artist, do you ever see a knockout artist move this kind of shook?
I don't actually think Tank shook. He just has a very inaccurate perception of reality.
But he's moving shook. That's why they say he's shook, but he's moving shook. He won't win on points, but let Tank win on points. So let Tank get dropped a couple of times and come with like a performance that looks a bit stinky. Because then his money's gonna drop.
Facts.
And now the whole situation is gonna be different.
For Crawford, though, this fight doesn't carry the same weight. He's the bigger, more experienced, and more decorated fighter. If he beats Tank, most will just shrug and say, yeah, that was expected. The real prize everyone's waiting for is Canelo Alvarez, and that fight is already locked in. This Tank matchup is more of a setup, a warm-up, a strategic move to hype the Canelo showdown. But there's a risk. If Tank comes in hungry and knocks out Bud in front of the world, the Canelo fight could lose all its luster. Who's going to care about Bud versus Canelo after he gets taken out by a smaller fighter?
With Crawford going up, I believe he can put a beating on anybody 154, 160.
968.
Nah, Benavidez is...
Canelo. Yeah.
Oh, Canelo. I think he's a smart fighter. He doesn't rely on his power. Crawford ain't a fighter who just relies on his power. And then Canelo, you know, when he's fought Belenga, then fought Ryder, Munguia. It's even. I think it'd be a 50-50 fight if Crawford fought Canelo.
It's a high-risk move from Team Crawford. The payday is big and the spotlight massive, but if it goes wrong, it could cost him everything. This isn't just Tank trying to climb the ranks, Bud is gambling his entire mystique to build hype for the next big fight, and it might not pay off. Strategically, this fight practically writes itself as a classic contrast: Crawford's textbook footwork, precise southpaw angles, and sharp counterpunching versus Tank's raw power and unpredictability.
Look up the definition of boxing. Please, please, look up the definition of boxing. The martial arts of boxing, and then come back with your opinion. Because boxing is not all about knocking somebody out. Yes, that's part of it. That can happen, but boxing is a sport where you can outpoint somebody too. That's why they go to the scorecard.
I appreciate that take, bro. That's real educated, man, real thoughtful. But you know, you ain't had a decision win in a long time, bro. You know, you known for like being a great finisher. So I appreciate that. But that ain't how you moving though.
Right.
Follow for more.
Versus Davis's heavy hands, explosive entries, and relentless, high-paced burst and bash style. Tank shines when he controls the range with fearless aggression. But against Bud, he'll face someone who rarely stands still and hits twice as hard when countering.
My hands, before I go see Tank, I gotta get shots in my hands. Then I gotta make sure my hands is right, because I don't dumb them down with punches. I let him do it. You know what I'm saying? And he get to go, you all right? You all right?
Yeah.
Nigga, work. I just feel sorry for them guys that really pushed the button. Martin pushed the button. Y'all see how it went out?
Add Floyd's tips how to bait Tank into lunging, when to time the straight left, and how to frustrate him into mistake sand. You've got a roadmap to shock the world. That's it for today's video. If you enjoyed it, be sure to like, subscribe, and hit the bell icon so you never miss an update. Share your thoughts in the comments, stay tuned, and we'll see you in the next video.